What's up, YouTube? So, in this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the Jets offense before we play against them. Now, I'm only going to be watching film from their Steelers game for their offense because that's the only game that Zach Wilson has played, and I really want to look at the offense more heavily with their starting quarterback at play. I think that makes sense. Zach Wilson is definitely a player who is very physically gifted. He has a good arm, has athleticism, has shown the ability to throw the ball accurately. But his lapses in judgment can definitely get him in trouble. So I'm hoping that we can exploit that. I think this might be a time where our zero blitz might actually be effective. So that could be interesting. I think first and foremost, we're going to have to really try to plug up this run. If we let Michael Carter and Breece Hall run against us, that we're going to have a rough day. We want to try to keep them as one-sided as possible. We want to make Zach Wilson have to throw the football against us. Elijah Moore, pretty good receiver. Corey Davis is playing really good this year. Big body guy, pretty athletic. Garrett Wilson, fantastic route runner. Braxton Berrios, pretty solid slot guy. Jeff Smith, pretty fast. Denzel Mims, pretty good contested catch guy. So they do have some weapons. Have a pair of tight ends, actually 3 tight ends. Jeremy Ruckert's pretty damn good too. Offensive line, very exploitable. Their interior isn't anything insane. I think they're all exploitable, but the big thing is going to be a tackle. Obviously, Mekhi Becton and George Fant are on IR, and Max Mitchell has had to step in at right tackle, but it's looking like he's doubtful. So it would look like Cedric would be their starting right tackle most likely because Connor McDermott is having to step up at left tackle. So who is that? I don't even know who this is. He's 30. He's a first-round pick in 2015. Okay, I wasn't really watching a whole lot of draft film at that time, and that was years ago now, so there's that. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the film. Probably no stats. Of course not. Why would there be? Okay. Let's take a look. All right. Let's actually, because I went to one of their longer drives, I'm going to actually start with their first drive against the Steelers. I want to see how they wanted to come out against them. All right, so they're starting with Zach Wilson under center. They had Michael Carter outside. Okay, so they're doing some motion stuff. So it looks like the Jets are going to be a team that does a lot of motion, but granted, that's most of the league at this point. Alex Highsmith is really stepping up for the Steelers, man. He's finally started to improve his tool bag a little bit. I know that's not what we're really looking at here. I just thought I should mention it. All right, we get a sack. Does it say? All right, let's look at the other view then. I was going to see if it said the tackle he got it against. I can't. I don't know. I mean, it's 61. Oh, that's McDermott. Is that what they did? That makes sense. That makes sense. They put Elijah Vera Tucker at left tackle, which he played in college. Okay. That makes sense. So they're putting Vera Tucker at tackle, and I'm guessing is 65 starting for them? Maybe Dan Feeney. 67 or 65. Yeah, 65. So Nate Herbig was starting at right guard, so Elijah Vera Tucker could slide to left tackle. That makes sense. So then the right guard is probably pretty exploitable, as well as the right tackle. Well, that was a sack? No, that was a 9-yard run. That makes sense. Alright, so what happened on the sack? Alex Highsmith just defeated those hands. Gonna grab control of the wrists. Oof. Nice. And he worked toward the interior. That was the issue when he came into the league. Like, he was explosive and everything, but he would only really rush to the outside, and I was wanting him to get an inside move, which he started to develop. Like, he's starting to spin inside and things like that. Rounding out his game a little. Again, that's not what we're here to look at, but I just like seeing players improve. It's fun. Especially as draft guy. Like I said, of course, Zach Wilson can definitely hurt you with his legs. A lot of shotgun, but they will put him under center as well. Quite a bit of motion stuff. Nothing super insane. We're going to have our eye discipline pretty good. I mean, the motion is going to help reveal to Zach Wilson when we're in man. That'll kind of help him out there. Now, granted, we're in man coverage 90% of the time anyway. But I guess that really wasn't true against the Bengals. We did mix it up a lot more. It's probably more like 60% man. So we still did it the majority of the time, but we did mix in zone a lot better. Let's go later in the game. What happened with this interception? What did the Steelers do? We're gonna look at the whole drive of the interception, if it even shows it, because it might not. That's a good ass question. Does it actually show the interception? Of course not. Why would it? I fucking hate this website. Like I said, if you guys, because I'm recording in bulk right now. But if anyone has any better ideas on how to get all 22s, man, I'm all ears. This shit is terrible. Doesn't let you see any interceptions ever. I don't think it lets you see turnovers, period. Let me, real quickly. Alright, Steelers interception. I was just seeing if it, for some reason, would jump to the Jets drive for some odd reason. It doesn't. Okay. I was seeing if it would confuse it as like the opponent's play. So a lot of shotgun, quite a bit of empty looks. And Zach Wilson will absolutely hold the ball. This is definitely a game where I feel like we can go get some sacks. But he does have a good arm, and he is accurate. So when they go under center, they're tending to do a lot of either straight up runs or they're doing a lot of play action out of it. He's not really just doing standard dropbacks. And when he's under shotgun, it's more just straight up throws. They don't seem to mix in as much play action, but they still do it. They will throw in some RPO stuff just because that is stuff that Zach Wilson's pretty good at. Gonna go ball start there. Unless they want to call that encroachment, but I don't think so. I think the right tackle jumped. Personally. What was the pressure like there? Pressure wasn't that bad. Okay. Kind of threw a dart. If he would have thrown that with some touch to the outside a little more, he kind of threw that behind him a little bit. Made that a very difficult catch. Devin Bush is very fast, though, of course. But I think we kind of get the idea. There, a lot of motion. Obviously, Zach Wilson's a pretty athletic guy, strong arm. They definitely have weapons on offense that we're going to have to kind of keep in check. But Zach Wilson will hold the ball for you. So I do think we can go get some pressures. And that's definitely something I want to really go after this week. Because regardless, with Max Mitchell doubtful, they're going to have a weakness somewhere on this. So that was Max Mitchell at right tackle then. So they have even more injuries along the offensive line than they did last week. So that's definitely something I want to attack actively. So anyway, that's going to do it for this video. If you liked it, appreciate hitting that like button. Have any questions or comments in the comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.